On Osrc News at 7, Governor Ayedatiwa emphasizes unity, focuses on development for sustainable governance. Dangote refinery reduces petrol price to 699 naira per litre ahead of festive season. Opposition parties decline sparks debates on Nigeria's political stability. And from the foreign scene, families flee border communities as fighting between Thai Cambodian forces intensifies. Good evening and thank you very much for joining us on the news tonight on Osrc Television. My name is Oyewumi Ayenigbara. Ondo State's government remains committed to ensuring that the dividends of democracy are consistently delivered to the people. Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa gave this assurance while addressing the All Progressives Congress APC stakeholders meeting in Akure, the state capital. Government House correspondent Zimo Ebiemi provides further details in this report and is presented by Kunli Ario.
The Ondo State APC stakeholders meeting was a crucial platform for aligning the party vision with the government's developmental agenda. The gathering emphasized the importance of unity and collective effort in driving meaningful progress. Addressing the audience, Governor Ayedatiwa highlighted plans for several industrialization projects aimed at boosting the state's economy and creating employment opportunities.
A lot is happening also in the Nigerian local even though they were not mentioned. But let me just tell you some of the coming attractions. The Nigerian local government is going to be housing the infrastructures or assets that will turn around the prosperity fortune of this state. Just 2 days ago, Mr. President, during the Federal Executive Council, have just approved the revalidation of our deep sea road license.
On the issue of security, Governor Ayedatiwa reaffirmed the state government's readiness to strengthen the Amotekun security network by recruiting additional personnel to ensure the safety of all communities.
You all know that currently we are recruiting 500 Amotekun personnel to further strengthen the security of lives and property in the state. Just last week, we commissioned the Command and Control Center. I want to believe you know what that means, where right there in the office of Amotekun, they can view the entire state, knowing what is happening. Yes, and some part of our forest area, that has been commissioned and is working.
Regarding party affairs, the governor assured that he would continue to foster unity within the APC, encouraging all members to work together as a single, cohesive family.
Irrespective of interest we have in one person or the other, the interest of the party is paramount. After all, the man you want to support, at the end of the day, his name is not going to be on the ballot paper. It is the symbol and the name of our party that will be the ballot. So we must defend the interests of our party at all times. Oneness.
The event featured goodwill messages from senior party members who commended Governor Ayedatiwa for his governmental initiatives and commitment to improving the lives of the people. Some leaders also urged expanding development to other areas across the state.
Our leaders have spoken that this government is doing well. But I have been hearing Mawulu everywhere. And let me make this point, and I make it that the leader of this party in this state is the governor of this state.
Government can achieve all that is expected. But when the governor is making tremendous effort, and I think this governor is doing his best.
Calling up for this meeting shows good leadership.
Participants urged all APC members to maintain unity and speak with one voice, stressing that collective cooperation is vital to the party's continued success and for driving sustainable development in Ondo State. The meeting brought together leaders from different areas, strengthening collaboration, reinforcing party unity, and emphasizing collective action to deliver tangible results for the people of Ondo State. Kunle Aruyo, Osrc News.
A new wave of community-led transformation is redefining primary healthcare delivery in Ondo State as residents take charge of improving health facilities under the Global Fund/NACA/RSSH/C19RM supported project. This renewed community ownership formed the highlight of discussions at the media roundtable in Akure, where stakeholders reviewed progress recorded across 5 benefiting local government areas. Here is the rest of the story.
Gathered here are stakeholders in the fight against HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and GBV-related cases under the Global Fund supported projects. Unlike previous interventions driven solely by government and donor agencies, the ATM project is promoting a model where communities are no longer passive beneficiaries but active contributors to strengthening HIV/AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, and GBV response mechanism at the grassroots. The Ondo State ATM coordinator, Mrs. Olajumoke Ogunyemi, who read off some of the achievements recorded in the year under review, expressed confidence that the project has awakened a new sense of responsibility among residents, who now mobilize funds and materials to respond to facility needs without waiting for government action. She urged government to replicate the Global Fund, NACA/RSSH C19RM supported project strategy in other sectors of the economy.
For the participants here is to continue to drive the approach, to continue to drive the CLM mechanism across various areas of institution, talking from health to education to community development to different aspects of development that is needed across community. Because when we think of the CLM, it's a very, like what we call it, is a systematic approach where qualitative and quantitative data are being elicited from people that are end users, that are right holders of a particular service in the community.
The media roundtable featured discussion from stakeholders, including the Permanent Secretary, Ondo State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, as well as representative from Agency for the Control of AIDS in Ondo State. They commended the community-driven approach, noting that it strengthened the state health system by easing the burden on government resources.
We are hoping to sustain HIV response in the state. He wants us to relent on the activities we are doing, because you can see that most CBOs are going out there to work. We're not relying on foreign aid anymore.
We really appreciate the program so far. We appreciate everything because it has brought a great relief to all the facilities, not only the states, but to all the facilities in Ondo State.
Also, the Director, News and Current Affairs, Osrc, Mr. Taiwo Ibutoye, who was represented by Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, called for more media involvement in driving the implementation.
There is need for the scope of this project to be expanded, and you need more media presence. There is also need for you to spread your tentacles beyond the 5 local governments you're currently operating. Find success stories have been achieved, have been recorded in all those local governments. Please, I think there is need for you now to move out of those 5 local governments.
Others who spoke in an interview described the intervention as a turning point that has bridged the long-standing gap between expectations and actual development.
Dangote Petroleum Refinery has again reduced its petrol gantry price, slashing the ex-depot rates from 828 naira to 699 naira per litre. Real-time market data published on petroleumprice.ng showed that the refinery implemented another major downward review, cutting the premium motor spirit benchmark price by 129 naira per litre, a 15.58% reduction. An official of the refinery who spoke on condition of anonymity also confirmed the adjustment. The new price took effect on December 11, 2025, marking the 20th petrol price adjustment announced by the refinery this year. The latest reduction comes barely 5 days after the refinery's chairman, Aliko Dangote, restated his commitment to keeping domestic fuel prices reasonable and competitive despite global volatility and persistent smuggling along Nigeria's borders. Banks will be required to request a tax identification number TIN from all taxable Nigerians as part of the federal government's new tax administration framework set to take effect on January 1, 2026. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Yedele, disclosed this in an interview shared on his X account. According to him, Section 4 of the Nigerian Tax Administration Act, which takes effect on January 1, 2026, makes the possession of a tax ID mandatory for all taxable individuals. He clarified that the requirement does not apply to students or dependents who will be exempted from needing a tax ID to maintain a bank account. Oyedele noted that the policy has existed since the 2020 Finance Act, but the NTAA now provides the formal legal backing for enforcement. He added that income earners and businesses already issued TINs will not need to obtain new tax IDs. And you're still watching the news on Osrc television. We'll bring you more stories after the break. Please to stay with us.
Oh, remember how mom used to wake up before everybody to make breakfast, iron our uniform? Let's surprise that woman with something special.
Reward your mom with a trip to Zanzibar in the 2025 Three Crowns Mom of the Year competition. Write a note using each letter in your mom's name and submit with any of these on our website or at any of our collection centers. T's and C's apply. Three Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
DOF Unity Corp 2025 Grand Finale and Head of Year Celebration, a symbol of unity and empowerment. The Dele Omoseyin Foundation, DOF, is poised to host a spectacular grand finale of the DOF Unity Corp 2025 and Head of Year celebration, promising an unforgettable day of unity, entertainment and empowerment for the people of Okitipupa and Irele Federal Constituency. This milestone event embodies the foundation's commitment to fostering community development, promoting youth empowerment and celebrating the rich cultural heritage of the region. The event promises to be a thrilling experience featuring the football grand finale of the DOF Unity Corp, empowerment support for youth, women and elderly, cultural games including the traditional Ayo Lokman competition, musical performances from top celebrity artists, and exciting fun activities for the community, giveaways, gift and special surprises. Event details: date 28 December 2025, venue Okitipupa Government Field. Distinguished guest Ambassador Sholaiji, Chairman of the occasion, His Royal Majesty Oba George Faduile Diabodi of Ikale Kingdom, Royal Father of the Day, His Excellency Honorable Lucky Urimison Ayedatiwa, Governor of Ondo State, Special Guest of Honor. For more information, please contact 080-3579-2773 or 070-5610-8038.
Thank you very much for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website at www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. The political fortune of Nigeria's once dominant party, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), continues to spark intense reactions across the country. After ruling Nigeria for 16 unbroken years and controlling the majority of states, the party is now struggling to maintain relevance amid waves of defections and internal crises. Observers say the persistent exodus of loyalists is a major factor weakening the party, even as calls intensify for urgent reconciliation within its ranks. Omoriola Ungbeje reports that the PDP now controls only one of the 6 states in the southwest.
The People's Democratic Party (PDP), once Nigeria's most powerful political force, has been embroiled in persistent internal conflicts for years, creating deep divisions and uncertainty about its future direction. Leadership battles, conflicting court rulings, and unresolved grievances have compounded the party's challenges. Court decisions from Abuja to Oyo aimed to resolve disputes over executive roles and internal processes, but parties' delay and refusal to implement these rulings have only deepened the crisis. A former governorship aspirant in Ondo State, Babatunde Faro, voiced dissatisfaction with the ongoing crisis within the People's Democratic Party. He lamented that the prolonged turbulence is taking a heavy toll on loyal members across the party's various chapters, affecting their morale and commitment.
Where I stand is clear. I believe the objective of the Nyesom Wike-led camp is to make sure that PDP doesn't have a presidential candidate in 2027 election, which is very unfortunate. I don't subscribe to it. I feel that we should give Nigerians a choice to choose their leaders. But still, I feel the governor camp still needs to talk to them. Let's do some give and take. Let's see how we can achieve some level of reconciliation so that after this old charade, we can all march forward from the end of the year to have a variant party that Nigerians can now yearn for in 2026-2027.
Former Director of Media and Publicity for the PDP, Leye Igbagbo, says the party's turmoil has moved beyond a typical crisis and has reached a compromise level driven by selfish ambitions of a few leaders. He described the recently concluded convention as the party's funeral and warned that the unfolding events expose a deeper leadership problem that must be addressed decisively.
As it is today, it is unfortunate that the PDP crisis has graduated from the crisis level to a compromise level, where the people within, party leaders, stakeholders, who are expected to defend the integrity of the platform, are now being used by other external influence to destroy the party, and that's compromise. So under these circumstances now, it's only divine intervention at that level that can help.
Legal analyst Oladele Oke says the PDP's crisis is deepened by its refusal to obey key orders. He pointed out that ignoring rulings from Abuja and Oyo has heightened internal friction and could jeopardize the party's prospects in the upcoming general election.
Legal practitioner and we sincerely apologize for that mix-up. We'll bring you the details shortly. Over 7,000 applicants are now jostling for 500 slots in the ongoing recruitment exercise of the Ondo State Amotekun Corps. The Corps commander, Adetunji Adeleye, made this known while parading 20 suspects arrested for various offenses across the state. It noted the steady decline in criminal activities as security operations are intensified ahead of the Yuletide. Blessing Obi tells us more.
These suspects were arrested for various offenses, including kidnapping, rape, armed robbery, theft, and fraud. Parading the suspects, the Amotekun Corps commander, Adetunji Adeleye, noted that among those paraded were 8 men arrested on motorbikes in a forested black spot in Akure North, an area recently combed following a kidnapping incident.
8 men on motorbikes that were arrested deep down in a black spot in Akure North with 6 motorbikes. They claimed to be coming from the extreme north, and we found them without any justifiable reasons. 8 of them with 6 bikes, and they claimed they don't know anybody around. How they now got into the area we were combing for a just concluded kidnapping activity, up till now they have not been able to tell us. Investigation continues.
Adeleye commended the Ondo State government's effort to secure the state, assuring residents that Amotekun remains committed to ensuring a peaceful festive season.
With this, the criminal activities, especially of armed robbers and kidnappers, in the last few weeks continue to drop. And I want to thank all members of the Security Committee, as well as our mother agencies, for their support, especially the police, the civil defense, the DSS, the army. And I want to say that we enjoy very good synergy with them.
On the recruitment exercise, he confirmed that screening has commenced and successful applicants will proceed to training camps after clearance by relevant security agencies.
Within 1 week, about 7,000 applicants applied for the 500 jobs that we have. We have started screening. Their names will be forwarded to the relevant security agencies to be sure that they are not on the blacklist of any of the security agencies before we conclude. But we want to let you know that as soon as all the procedures are concluded, they will go into the camp for training and they are good to go on the streets.
He urged members of the public to continue to provide useful information to help the corps identify criminals and safeguard communities. Blessing Obe, Osrc News.
And now we bring you the full report on the PDP future story. And we told you earlier that the political fortune of Nigeria's once dominant party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, continues to spark intense reactions across the country. And now we bring you the report from Omoniola Ngbeji.
The outcome of the 1999 general elections placed the PDP firmly in control of 21 states. By 2003, the party expanded its grip, winning 7 additional states, sweeping through the southwest and leaving only Lagos under the Alliance for Democracy led by Bola Tinubu. But the situation has since changed. The once formidable political powerhouse has now shrunk to just about 4 states nationwide, following unprecedented defections of governors and key stakeholders to rival parties.
And I'm not going to resign alone. And as you can see, I'm here with Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and all the members of our party who are going to go with me. I have formally resigned my membership of the People's Democratic Party for very obvious reasons.
A university don, Professor Adedayo Afe, expressed disappointment attributing the party's decline to what he described as self-centeredness among its leaders.
The problem of PDP started with President Olusegun Obasanjo, because when Obasanjo left, Obasanjo turned the card of PDP. It has political implication and spiritual implications. When President Jonathan left, after using the ticket of PDP for 6 years, as president, acting president, he spent 6 years in office. He also abandoned PDP. That happens to be the decline of PDP in Nigeria, to the best of my knowledge. Some people may gloss over it because people that benefited from PDP, they abandoned PDP. Atiku also abandoned PDP. Sambo abandoned PDP. That was what gave somebody like Wike the leeway to wrestle leadership from the party executive.
A legal practitioner, Victor Ojo, blamed the judiciary for some of the internal disruptions that have further established the party, warning that Nigeria risks drifting toward a one-party structure if the trend continues.
I don't know when judiciary has become interpreter of who is a member of a political party. What I've just said is this, like in the case of Rivers State, 27 assembly members stood up on the floor of the assembly and they declared that they are APC member from that point onward. Judiciary came, interpreted it as meaning that wọ́n ti declare pé torí pé wọ́n ti lọ forúkọ sílẹ̀ ní ward wọn. How many people are in APC, PDP, ADC tí orúkọ ẹ̀ wà nílẹ̀ ní ward wọn?
A veteran journalist, Babatope Okeowo, also faulted the party's current leadership, insisting that its lack of cohesion and strategic direction is fueling the crisis.
Look at these governors that we have. At anything, they have done shift. They have left their political parties. The entire South, Delta, Rivers, Cross River, and the likes were in PDP, except Edo, who defeated PDP's candidate. So what do we call that? It's like we have lily-livered governors who could not just stand up to face the challenges, the rigors of political parties.
With more defections looming and internal disputes yet unresolved, the PDP's journey towards political recovery appears increasingly uncertain.
Of the parties to come together and forget the past and unite and let us have a virile opposition. Without virile opposition, we are drifting towards dictatorship.
I don't see PDP coming back. And that is the major problem. That is my fear.
The few people left behind the PDP, they should reject the party. They may not achieve what is expected of them in the next election, but the hope is not lost. Let them come together, make sure that they put in a good structure that is in tandem with the party constitution. Because most of their problem is that they don't obey their own rules.
Whether deliberate reconciliation efforts can revive the party ahead of the 2027 elections remains a question only time and the party's leaders can answer. Omoriola Mubiji, Osrc News.
And now to the foreign scene. Renewed fighting between Thai and Cambodian forces has forced families near the border to flee, with bombs landing dangerously close to their homes. Children are experiencing fear and confusion amid the explosions. Despite a ceasefire agreement, uncertainty remains over when people can return. Humanitarian organizations are providing trauma intervention programs to help children cope. Families also worry about relatives fighting on the front lines, while social media circulates images of soldiers' funerals. The remains of some soldiers have been brought to evacuation camps, deepening distress. Displacement continues to weigh heavily as communities struggle with fear, grief, and uncertainty.
After 5 days of violence in July, triggered by
And with that foreign story, we conclude the news tonight. But before we go, a quick look at one of the top stories. We told you that Dangote Refinery has reduced its petrol price from 828 naira to 699 naira per litre, with aim to stabilize domestic fuel costs despite market pressures and smuggling concerns. And that's the news tonight. Thank you very